Hello and welcome back to another episode of Casual Talks Football. Not the best of weekends. In fact, arguably the worst weekend ever. I'm not happy to be here. I don't even want to talk to you guys. I'm joking. Yeah, we're going to do another Premier League roundup. Just go through all the games that happened this weekend. Um, I'm not really. I don't want to talk about them. Like, fuck everyone that won their games this weekend. But I have to anyway. And so, like, comment, subscribe, share. Um, if you don't want to watch on YouTube, you can see descriptions for. You can check the descriptions for the Spotify and Apple Podcast link. And yeah, well, let's get into the video. So, lots of games this weekend. We'll start from the what was the biggest game. Um, Name wise, I would say the North London Derby, Spurs versus Arsenal. Not a lot to say from the game in terms of like excitement. Arteta, people always say Arteta is a Pep student. Some days it feels like he's more of a Moyes student because he spent most of his time under Moyes, most of his playing career. So these days it's starting to show. I mean, yeah, there's still the tiki taka bullshit, the passing between the lines, the inverting that he does. But from a wider perspective, he's a very defensive manager. Like defensively, they have one of the best records in the league. I think they've conceded just 3 goals in their last 10 Premier League games. That's insane. And against Spurs, you could see it. I mean, it could be due to the fact that they were missing key players, but I mean, just 2 players. That's all they were missing from their starting 11. Is that all it takes for them to change the way they play? But anyway, they sat back most of the game. I would say 70% of the game. They were defensive. They were pragmatic, which isn't bad. I'm still same person that would tell you there's more than one way to win a game. People will tell you you won by luck if you did not hold most of the ball throughout the game. But I'm always against stuff like that. But I guess good tactic for them. Spurs were not even creative in any way. They were not exciting. I saw a video of Culture Cam saying that was one of the worst dribbling experiences he's ever seen in terms of like the 4 wingers in the game. And to be honest, I agree. There was You just knew that anytime they got the ball, there was nothing going to happen. Martinelli, Saka, the shit guy in Tottenham, Brennan Johnson, and Son that is just dead. It was, yeah, nah, not the best of games. There was really nothing to talk about. Uh, in terms of talking point, actually, there's something I would like to talk about. The tackle from Timber. So it was against this same Spurs where Jones did the exact same thing where he went for the ball, he rolled his feet on the ball and cut the player's ankle and he got a red card. And then against in this game, in this not London derby, the same thing happens. Timber does the exact same thing, and then the referee says this his explanation is he rolled his feet on the ball before he got the ankle. Like there's no consistency in Premier League refereeing, it's just crazy. He got away with a red card. The boys started scrapping. Vicario, Saka, and everyone just started fighting. I thought, okay, maybe this would actually lighten up the game, create something exciting, but there was nothing. Uh, Game dragged on and on and and Arsenal and their set piece, like it's crazy. I've seen videos on the internet where every time Arsenal go a corner, some fans would look away like that. That's how people react when they concede penalties, and they were doing that for corner kicks. Man, Arsenal have hacked this set piece thing. It's crazy. And then Spurs are one of the worst in when it comes to defending set pieces in the league. But good corner kick from Saka, good header from Gabriel Mangales, and they won the game. 3 points. They're unbeaten this season so far. Um, I think it's good for them. What Arteta has done is he's found more than one way to win a game, and that is what you need to win the league. He's he got a red card against Brighton, found a way to manage the game, came out with a draw. He's lost key players against Spurs. He found a way to manage the game and came out with a win. And I've got to give it to him. Like, no matter what I say, no matter how I feel about him and his team, he is a good manager. And my prediction still stands. I think they're going to win the league. It's going too well for them. He just knows what to do all the time. But there's still the fact that when his key players are out, he has to like revert to the underdog team, basically the way he plays. That's not something you saw with Klopp, or that's not something you've seen with Pep. But with him, he's lost Odegaard and Rice, and then he's had to like sit back and defend. What happens if he loses another person, like the likes of Partey, who is prone to injury? What happens if he loses, I don't know, Saka? Like, that could, it looks like he is not prepared for injuries, if I may say. But he got the win against his biggest rivals, and that's the most important thing. Arsenal are unbeaten in the league, second in the league, just behind City. That looks like it's going to be a title race between the two of them, and it's exciting for them. It's exciting for Arsenal fans. I say I'm jealous. I've been there, but I would like to be there still. But yeah, moving on to the worst game ever: Liverpool versus Forest. Oh God, where do I start from? I'll probably even be quick with this one because I hate the game. So I hated that game. Okay, no. Let me be more. Let me explain the game properly. So in the first half, I don't think we were bad at all. Like, we were throughout the game, we were not bad. We were better than them, obviously. But Nuno came with a plan. Now, see, that is what I like about good managers. The same thing I was trying to say about Arteta. There's more than one way to win games. There's more than one way to get results. And Nuno came with a plan. He's seen all our games this season, even in preseason. Every team that came out to press us, we beat the press either by passing through the press, either by long balls. Like, we found a way to beat the press, and so he decided not to press. It's crazy, and they were very physical with us. So they don't press, and then we make mistakes, or they force us into making mistakes, and then in the midfield they win the second balls. They were more physical than us, and the way I watched that game, tactically, I think we can improve. Yes, we can do better against teams that would decide to do that, play that same way against us. But I think we will struggle against the physical teams because the way Ryan Yates was bullying us, man, I'm glad we're done with Brentford. Well, until we play them in the second leg, because the teams that have those big players, those physical players against Arsenal, if Rice, Partey, they're all Saliba and them guys, if all of them are in the game, I just don't see how we can win. We were easily displaced by these guys, and that was the problem. We're losing the second balls in midfield due to the physicality of Forest, and it just caused a lot of chaos. And this is a trait that happened from the end of last season, and it looks like it's still happening now. When it gets to the dying moments and we haven't gotten a goal, or we are not in a winning position, we start to get frustrated. You start to see Salah trying to force plays. You start to see everyone try to force plays and losing the ball over and over again, and it's very frustrating. But and another thing is our attackers. There's not much creativity there. Like, I say that we have arguably the best six attackers in the league, but sometimes you just look at it and you think it's Salah. When Salah is having an off day, then there's nothing to be said about the team. I didn't want to get into the subs. Gakpo and Nunes, their impact was as good as me watching from my couch. So I don't know. Even Jota is not lighting up the place as we thought he would be. We're all glad that Nunes isn't playing, and then you see Jota stinking up the place. But enough of Liverpool. I can't single-handedly say anyone had a bad game against Liverpool. I would just have to give more props to Nuno for his good plan, which worked effectively, perfectly. He managed the game until like the 60th, 70th minute, and then brought on his main attacker. Because when the game started, I was like, where are these guys? Where is Elanga? Where is Hudson Odoi? These are the guys that I'm scared of. These are the guys that are a threat to us. He managed the game. He forced us to get frustrated and then throw in these boys, and they just killed the game. Brilliant pass from Elanga. Hudson Odoi, terrible defending from Bradley. The one thing you don't want to do is put Hudson Odoi or a right footer on his right foot. Like you can, if he goes down, just chase him. If you can block the cross, fine. If you can't, you hope your centre backs will block the cross. But making him cut into, onto his right, giving him all the time and space to cut onto his right, Allison was going crazy over the fact that he did that. Like that was just schoolboy defending. But and that's I've noticed something. No one is attacking Bradley for that. No one is saying Bradley defended bad. No one is saying Bradley got cooked. But if it was a certain person, everyone will go crazy. Agenda must agenda. But anyway, we lost the game. No unbeaten season for us, unfortunately. Hopefully, this is a reminder to sit up. Premier League is not a joking thing. And Aaron Slot has had his honeymoon phase. Now it's time for him to find other ways to win games when times get tough like this. I know after the United game, I was saying I'm convinced. He's convinced me. I'm back to watching him. I'm not convinced. His playing style is good, but is he going to be stubborn? Is he going to be like the likes of Ange, who will stick to his way of playing even though he's not effective in the Premier League? Is he going to be like the Russell Martins of Southampton, who is going to stick to the way he plays even though he's not effective in the Premier League? I'm still watching that. And we play Milan and then Bournemouth, and we'll see how that goes for us. Hopefully, he rewrites his wrongs. But anyway, that was the game. Liverpool lost, unfortunately. Still 9 points in the league, but not good enough, unfortunately. I'll move on to the next game I saw this weekend, which was United versus Southampton. Frustrating game for me because I really wanted Southampton to win. I mean, I'm a United hater. I'm a Liverpool fan first. No, see, I'm a football fan first, a Liverpool fan second, and a United hater third. That's the life I live. If United had lost and Liverpool had lost, I wouldn't have been as sad as I was this weekend. But United managed to get the win. First 30 minutes, it was crazy. United looked like the championship team. Southampton looked like the experienced Premier League team. I was like, okay, yes, this is it. And then they get this penalty against Dallo, shit tackle. No one is going to attack him because it's not Trent. But he got cooked, considered the penalty, and I was like, okay, this is it. They get one goal. Maybe they manage the game. Maybe this is where I see if Russell Martin is ready for the Premier League. You go one up against United. What are you going to do? Are you going to keep on trying you keep on holding possession, keep on attacking them? Are you going to manage the game? They had experienced players on the pitch, experienced players, and they gave it to the non-experienced player, Archer, to take the penalty. Immediately I saw he was taking penalty. I was 100% sure he was missing it, and yes, he missed it. Unana made a great save, and that just killed the morale of Southampton, killed the morale of the fans, and like everyone knew that was the end of the game. Like even United did not even need like a second welcoming. They were like, okay, these guys have done their thing. They've shown themselves. It's time for us to take over, and that's what they did. Brilliant cross from Bruno, who I just can't hit, man. That guy he's effective. He's just too effective. Like short corner from Ericsson. Everyone is thinking he's going to give it back to Ericsson so that Ericsson can whip the ball from a better angle instead of the corner angle. Bruno turns, puts it on his right foot, floats the ball inside. Great header from Delete, who got man of the match, but undeserved. But anyway, he got a good goal anyway. Ramsdale and Pickford, evil twins, short arms. They can't save balls like that. And then Rashford, I don't know what he's been drinking, who he's been speaking to. Like He played with so much confidence. I thought the penalty missed, to be honest. Everyone played with so much confidence, and Rashford was one of them. He was dribbling, he was taking people on, he was shooting from outrageous places where we know Rashford to shoot from, and then he got a goal for it. Brilliant ball. Could have been offside, Could that goal could have been called for offside because the elite was in an offside position, I think, or maybe he wasn't. But I when I think of the goal, I see Daly blocking the keeper's view, and the ball just going round the elite. And before Ramsdale knew where the ball was, he was already in the post. But good goal for them anyway. And then the best goal of the game, the Garnacho goal. Casemiro comes on, no defensive duty for him. No, like when you put, I think this is where Casemiro thrives. Where things are calm, no stress. Don't play him against Liverpool. Don't play him against City. Don't play him against Arsenal. And where they will be causing chaos for him. Play him against these teams or play him in situations where you do not need to defend. And that's what was happening. And they brought him on. He gave this probably the best pass I saw all weekend to Dallo, I think, or Mazraoui. I think it's Mazraoui or Dallo. Yeah, I can't remember. One of them. And then cuts back to Garnacho, and Garnacho just puts it in the roof. Proper finisher, that boy. He's he plays like he wants to be the best in it, and I love when I see that from players. He plays like he wants to be the best in the team. Unfortunately, Diallo has taken his starting spot in the team. That is seeing him come off the bench, and which he's been impactful from the bench. Another good performance I saw from the game was Xerxes. Another game with probably, I think he got like another big chance or even two big chances missed, but his performances were good. But it's going to get to the point where if he keeps on missing these chances, it's like with your performances are high, but where are the goals? He's because at the end of the day, he's a striker. None of this 9.5 bullshit. You're a nine. Score goals. But it reminds me of Firmino, to be honest. I wasn't really mad at Firmino because Salah and Mane were providing the goods, but in United, he doesn't really have anyone as effective as those two. So if you're going to be in those positions, you should score. But otherwise, gameplay wise, he had a good game. I really liked watching him, to be honest. One of my favorite players in the league this season. But yeah, United got a win, bounced back from the Liverpool loss. Whilst we play Champions League tonight, they are playing against Barnsley in the Carabao Cup. This is where they belong. All these shit competitions. I know we're in the same competition, but please leave me alone. Moving on to the next game that I saw this weekend: Aston Villa versus Everton. Best game hands down this weekend. Oh my god, I tried. I thought it would be one of those games, one of those boring games. So I decided, okay, I'll be cooking and watching TV at the same time. I couldn't do it. I just like you turn away, you hear something is going on, you have to look. It was crazy. I had to just settle down and watch the game. And as usual, Everton goes two nil up, like they did in their previous game. Like, what is going on with Everton? I'm not complaining. I like the fact that they are suffering, but what is going on with them? They went 2-0 up, and I was thinking, to be honest, I wasn't thinking anything. I was this close to placing a bet that they would lose the game. But anyway, let's talk about their goals first. Great goal from McNeil. Pressed Andre Onana. Proper pressing. I just called him Andre. Oh my god. I'm not even Andre, mate. I think he pressed Onana anyway. He got the goal. He got the ball, and there was this run he made, which I used to do in my prime. You you go inside, you make the defender cannot turn his back. So that's the thing. As an attack, when you're running at a defender, I'm going to give you guys dribbling lessons, because that's one thing I know how to do in life. When you're running at a defender, the defender is not going to turn his back on you. If he turns his back on you, it's suicide. You don't even need to think too much. The ball will do everything for you, or defender will do everything for you. So the defender will not turn his back from you. He would start trying to predict where you're going to, and if you go inside, his whole body weight is going with him to the side. Like he's not, because he's not running straight as you're running. He's running backwards, trying to look at you. And if you go sideways, he's shuffling his legs to the side. And the defender did that with him, and he just went back, placed the ball on his left foot, far corner, brilliant goal. I love goals like that, man. Like, because it's brains, it's brains. If you're a dribbler, when me and Neymar used to train together, that's how we used to do things together. Um, Great goal, and then they get a set piece. McNeil again crosses the ball, brilliant header from Calvert Lewin, who is looking to have a fine season. He's scoring goals, could have scored more in the game. So they go 2-0 up, fine. And then Calvert Lewin has a one-on-one chance. Okay, let's talk about what happens before first half ended. Ollie Watkins, who's been having a shit season, finally gets his goal. Brilliant cross from, I think, Lucas Digne. Proper header, like that was a proper striker header. He just threw his whole body, and he was like, my head is getting there first, and his head got there first. Hit the ball into the post, fine. 2-1. First half has ended. Second half begins. Calvert Lewin gets into the proper position. I thought it was offside. He was so free, so much space, no one around him. He ran to the keeper, and he tries to dribble the keeper, and Consta just kicks the ball away. What is wrong with this guy? What is wrong with this guy? What is wrong with strikers? I say that, and last time I played football, I did something similar. But it's not about me. I'm not getting paid thousands. I'm here with my 20 YouTube subscribers trying to explain football to professionals. But anyway, game goes on. Aston Villa keeps on like pressing and pressing and pressing, and then they force Everton to a mistake, which lands the ball on a plate for Ollie Watkins. He gets the second goal, 2-2. I was like, yeah, there's no way this game is ending 2-2. Everton are just their players, their manager, everyone could just sense that this is deja vu. Like this is it was crazy. It was like we just know what's going to happen again, and then they bring on my favorite striker in the Premier League right now, John Duran. Bro, that goal. I think the Premier League players were watching the Barclays man trending thing on Twitter, because that goal was a proper Barclays man goal. Man took the ball. He didn't even think about anything. Whipped that ball. Whipped the hell out of the ball. Top corner. Jordan Pickford with his short arms could not get there. 3-2. Everton, 4 losses in a row. Aston Villa, not a bad start to the season. The only loss could have been a win, to be honest, against Arsenal. They had the chances to win the game. I still think they'll be in the top four. Champions League is about to start, and we are going to see if they can maintain this energy, if their team is big enough to maintain this energy, which I think it is. So exciting times for them. I'm excited for Aston Villa, and good times, good times. The next game that I'll be speaking about is Chelsea versus Bournemouth. This was another interesting game, and another game where the winner shouldn't have been the winner. Bournemouth, I don't know what is going on. Iraola has just transformed them. Like, first, Bournemouth has been this good team. They played, a certain type of football. They've been threatening to big teams, but this time it's not. This is there. It's no longer a case of this is a small team, trying to scrap a win. No, they went to Chelsea. They went into Chelsea, and they were like, "You guys are my boys." They hit the post like twice or three times. They outplayed Chelsea on every level. But that's the thing. The difference between these big teams and small teams is the quality drop. Once it got to the second half, and then they started making changes, Chelsea's quality. So if Bournemouth's quality was here at the start of the game and Chelsea's quality was here, after changes, Bournemouth's quality drops here. After changes, Chelsea's quality still remained on that same level, and that's just the difference between the big teams and the small teams. Because Bournemouth, they stopped creating as much in the game, while Chelsea started creating even more. Sancho came on and just cooked the hell out of the fullback that was there. What was his name? I've forgotten his name. He cooked. He. I need to relax, but he cooked the hell out of his fullback. I think they even had to make a change. They had to change the fullback. But anyway, it was too late. Sancho created the goal for Nkunku, who just barged his way through that defense and scored a brilliant goal. Chelsea got the win. Not a terrible start for them. I think that's 2 wins for them, 1 draw, which isn't too bad. It isn't too bad. They are up there in the mix. The table is starting to shape up. You're starting to see where teams will be. Although there's still so many teams in unlikely positions, I guess, or maybe decide to be throughout the season. Who knows? But good 3 points for Chelsea. No, who cares how you get it anyway? As long as you get it, that is the most important thing. And the last game I saw this weekend was Wolves versus Newcastle. Another really, really good game. A game I enjoyed. Um, Wolves did not really play well at the start of the game. It was all Newcastle. Anthony Gordon had a brilliant game. Man was taking on fullbacks. Man was creating chances. Man played as a striker, and man was, leading the front line. But there's just something about Wolves' midfield. I think that was the idea, to go into the game and give Newcastle the ball and then hit them, which they did. Brilliant goal from the team. Their big striker Strand ran with the ball, crossed it in. Jao Gomez left the ball, open space for Lemina, who just put it into an empty net. Brilliant, brilliant goal. And Newcastle had to just up their momentum, and they tried and tried and tried. They pushed and pushed until they got a brilliant, another Barclays man goal, like proper goal from their centre back. Man, like I could see people like screaming, "Don't shoot, don't shoot!" He shot the ball, and 1-1 they were in, and then Harvey Barnes just came in. Another like Barnes is another one of them players. You shouldn't just put on his right foot. He knows how to hit a ball. He knows how to hit a ball. You should not let that guy get on his right foot. But he got the goal, 2-1 for Newcastle. Good win for them. I think they are one of 4 teams that are unbeaten. So far it's City, Arsenal, Newcastle, and Brighton. Those 4 teams are currently unbeaten in the Premier League. Great times, great times. The league is looking competitive, I guess, not for the relegated teams too. And now that's another problem. I don't want a case where all 3 relegated teams go back down. It's just going to create a very large gap in the Premier League and between the Premier League and the Championship, and there's going to be a monopoly. So every team that comes up will just end up going down anyway. Um, but there were other teams that picked up points. Like Leicester picked up points against Crystal Palace. Jimmy Vardy got a goal. Mama Dashvili got his goal. Good goal. Mateta saved Crystal Palace from losing the game with a last minute penalty. And the game ended 2-2. City versus Brentford. Wisa got an early goal, I think in 1 minute. And then Haaland was like, shh. Got 2 brilliant goals. Could have had another hat trick. Could have had 3 hat tricks in a row. City with 4 wins in a row, beat Brentford 2-1, still top of the table. Brighton versus Ipswich, it was a 0-0 boring game. And Fulham versus West Ham was 1-1. Goals from Raul Jimenez and Danny Ings to round up the Premier League weekend. Oof, Premier League is starting to shape up. Champions League is back. Football is here to stay. I am excited and still pissed off though with Liverpool because we should have gotten the win. But it's exciting anyway. Hopefully, City. I don't know. I don't see who is going to stop City at this point with the red hot from Haaland. It's kind of annoying. Liverpool has shown that they can be weak. There are weaknesses in the team. Arsenal, they are resilient. They're showing that they're very resilient. But anyway, that's the Premier League roundup for this weekend. Don't know if I should do a Champions League roundup. We'll see. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and yeah, please comment. I like seeing comments. I like seeing people disagree with me or agree with me or tell me their opinion or share what they think. You know, let's make this interactive. I just don't want to talk to my camera. But see you guys in the next video. Peace.